Hey there, Rooster. You guarding your flock? Hey, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the title, this video is going to be about the No Name Nationals, which are coming up September 30th of this year in Sikeston, Missouri. To qualify for this race, you have to have a minimum of 500 subscribers on your channel. At the time of this, I've had about 192, I believe. So yeah, I'm going to be working on getting more subscribers, dropping more content, trying to get some things that you guys want to watch and keep you interested in watching. And then I'll be trying to decide which one of these vehicles I've got here that I want to take to the No Name Nationals. I know which one I want to take. I'm not sure which one I am going to take though. So anyway, I'll show you the vehicles that I've got here, and maybe you can help me decide which vehicle I want to take. Kind of got an idea of which one you may choose. It's not going to be the same one I want to take though. But anyway, here we go. All right, so first is this 1990 Chevy Silverado that I recently inherited from my dad. My dad passed away in November from bone cancer. This was his truck that he drove every day when he was working. He was a retired auto body guy. He had a body shop in here in Arkansas that he painted cars for about 45 years. It currently has a stock 305 in it. I swapped the engine out of this about 5 years ago. Had a super high mileage worn out 350 in it, and I put a real low mileage 305 in here, and it runs great. It's got 342 gears with a limited slip differential. The front end is in horrible shape from these big wheels and tires on here. It's all over the road. It needs everything replaced on it. And the $700 Slip-O-Matic needs to be rebuilt. It slips right into third gear, and it pours a little bit of fluid out of the dipstick. Other than that, she's a cherry. Anyway, so I've got a lot of work to do to this truck. This is actually going to be going to my son. My dad wanted to leave it to him. When he passed away, he said this is going to one of my sons, so we'll be fixing this truck back up for him. Next is my 64 Chevrolet C10 that I've owned this truck for 33 years. I got this truck when I was in about 9th grade. It was blue, had a 327 in it with a turbo 400 and 373 gears. And it ran great for 327. So we started restoring it, and I found this crazy paint scheme on a truck, and I don't know if it's a truck or car. I found it in Hot Rod Magazine back in 1990, and so I wanted it. So we painted the truck, put this crazy scheme on it, and that's what I drove in high school. We ended up replacing the 327 with another 327 that had 11-to-1 compression, and so I had to buy the good gas in high school. I couldn't get the 88-cent cheap gas. I had to get the $1.12 premium, which was, you know, it'd break you when you worked at a grocery store, making about 60 bucks a week, because everything I used went into gas. If you're going to ride around, you got to have gas money. So anyway, drove the truck. When I got out of high school, I joined the Army, left this truck with my dad. My brother was driving it one day and blew up to 327, and so my dad put a 406 in here. He bought a 406 out of a derby car, put it in here, and the damn thing would fly. It was fast compared to what we had. So he raced it for several years. When I got out of the military and came home, it still had the 406 in it, so I drag raced it for a year or two. Then we bought a Nova, pulled the engine out of this, put it in a Nova, and I played with a few other engines in here, and then I pretty much let it sit for about 12 years at his shop, just not doing anything with it. Right before I let it sit, I broke an axle in it, so I changed out the rear end and put a front end and rear end out of a 70 model GMC truck in here, and so it's got disc brakes on it, and it's been converted to 5-lug. So it's set up, and then one day I decided I wanted to start driving it again, so I called my dad up and said, hey, you got any good engines up there at your shop? He said, yeah, I pulled a 305 out of a Nova. He said, it ran good. He said, you can have it. So I threw the 305 in here and started driving it again. And then I found this, I had a 468. It was torn all apart. But I'd always wanted a 402. And I've got another story about that one. So anyway, I traded the 468 for a 402 big block that was all stock, standard bore. And I built it, put a 268 Extreme Energy comp cam in it, and put about 2,000 miles on it since I put that engine in here. And I'm not happy with the cam. It rattles, and you can't adjust the rattle out of it. Everything I've looked up on that cam says they rattle. So it runs great, though. The motor runs real good for what it is. So I've got another set of heads. I've got a comp cam 294 Extreme Energy roller cam to go in here, and that needs to be pulled out. Put that in there. I've got another oil pan, a deep oil pan, and another oil pump and all that to go in here. And it needs a set of gears put in it. It currently has some 308s with the old one wheel peel on it. So it needs some work on it. The brakes need to be worked on a little bit. But anyway, that's the second vehicle I've got that I could take to the No Name Nationals. And the other one is I just picked up this 21 Mustang GT. 460 horsepower stock. Gets no traction with these 285 Michelins on here, so it does need some drag radials. But this is the fastest one out of all three of these vehicles. For now, I don't know how the big block will run once I changed out that cam and heads, but it'll probably wake it up, put some gears in it, so it may end up being quite a bit faster. But yeah, so the Mustang is definitely the contender, because it has AC for one thing. But I mean, that's not the end all. I do have I could get the 64 ready and take it, but Gen 3 Coyote at the No Name Nationals, that'd be pretty cool. I think it would do good. I don't know what all classes are going to be offered at this race, but nonetheless, I'll be in one of them. So anyway, I'll be picking which vehicle I want to take, and with your help and persuasion, maybe we'll do this one. With some work, we may do that one. With some tires and a tune and a little exhaust work, maybe we'll do that one. But anyway, thanks for watching, and please help me get to 500 subscribers. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, and we will see you at the No Name Nationals in Sikeston, Missouri.